Hey there guys, welcome to the next tutorial here on the channel. Halloween is coming up pretty soon, so I wanted to film a couple tutorials Halloween themed for the channel here. And in this first one, I'm going to show you guys how to make kind of a duct tape bat that you can hang, like kind of like an ornament for Halloween. And so I have my cutout of the bat here, just a kind of simple image that I found on Google Images, printed it out. And I'm actually going to be using a straw as part of the part of the bat here to make sure that it kind of keeps its wings up. You can also use a little bit of craft wire if you have some at home, like for jewelry and stuff like that. You can also substitute like a piece of craft wire, and you can use that to bend the wings to any design or shape that you really want. So if you have any craft wire, you can use that as well. And of course, I'll be using some black duct tape. So let's get started here on the tutorial. Okay, so for your first step, all you really need to do is take your black roll of duct tape and cut out a whole bunch of strips of tape. I'm actually going to need 6 total to kind of make like a fabric sheet that I can work with. So I'm applying my 5th, and in a second I'll be applying my 6th one. And this will be, of course, big enough for the bat design to fit on there, and then I can cut the entire thing out. So working on my 6th piece. This, of course, is made just by overlapping the tape back and forth on top of each other. So the last piece right about there. Now I'm going to take my design, and you can usually use a little bit of packaging tape to kind of seal that down, and then I'm going to use my hobby knife to cut out that entire design right there. Now after you cut the entire thing out, that's what you're left with, and of course you can throw this out unless you plan on making a few more bats, so I'm going to keep that around for now. So you take all your scraps, and of course you can get rid of those. Now what we're going to do is take another piece of tape, and we're going to work with the straw just a little bit, and more specifically putting the straw, attaching it to that piece there. So to attach the straw to the bat, we're just going to take a smaller piece of duct tape. I cut a little bit off so it's a little bit thinner here. And then we're going to flatten straw as much as possible. I kind of already pre-flattened it a little bit, but straws are, you know, notoriously resilient to being flattened. So you kind of want to just crease it as best you can. And then what we're going to do is we're going to seal it down like this. And you want to push down on the straw and flatten it as best you can with your fingers, and then attach it. And that'll kind of attach it in a flattened pattern. And of course, it's not interfering with the cutouts on the top. It might do it on the bottom just a little bit, so you can kind of either fold it around, or you can totally snip it off. It's pretty much up to you. And then you just don't want it to affect, you know, the overall, you know, design of the bat here. So now we have that part on there. Now we just need a little bit of string. We can attach that to something. Alright, so if you have like any little pieces of string or something like that, you could take it and you just punch a hole in it, tie a knot on the other side, and hang it like this. The reason why we have the straw in there is just to keep the duct tape, you know, from kind of flapping all around, because after a while, if you hung it right from the middle here, the wings would eventually start to droop down, which might give it like a very interesting look if you're trying to go for that. But if I'm trying to keep like the entire outline of the bat, you definitely want to stick something in the middle there. Now, in the beginning of the tutorial, I mentioned about using the craft wire, and the craft wire is great because it allows you to flex the tape. Once you seal it in, just like I did with the straw, you can kind of maneuver the wings to whatever you want them to look like, and you kind of warp the entire thing depending on how, you know, you wanted it to look and how you were hanging it. So that's kind of how to make a cool duct tape bat decoration out of duct tape and kind of a straw or a piece of craft wire. And once again, you can take the piece of you know, string or twine, maybe a little fishing wire. You can hang it up so you can barely see the fishing wire. You can hang it like this. You can hang it like this, and you can make a whole bunch of these, and you kind of just stick them wherever you want to. Even if you want to, you put a little bit of Velcro or something on the back. So that's how to make a really cool bat decoration out of duct tape. Alright, so hopefully you guys liked the tutorial. You can also decorate it a little bit more, like put little eyes and a mouth or something on it to make it look a little bit scarier. But that's going to be the tutorial on how to make a bat you know, decoration out of duct tape. There will be another tutorial Halloween related coming pretty soon, and you guys will be able to look out for that. And of course, the time lapse will be coming later tonight as well. So watch out for that, and I hope you liked the tutorial on making this bat decoration out of duct tape.